Welcome everyone to the Peace Day Mastermind meeting number 9. Hello to everyone watching in our Hangout and viewing on YouTube. We look forward to celebrating Peace Day on September 21st, only 33 days away. Today's participants are promoting the 3 pillars of peace: inner peace, peace with nature, and peace among people. We're focused on supporting ourselves and others to increase the peace. If you connect with a day of peace, I warmly encourage you to create your Peace Day pledge as well as join us on the Peace Day Mastermind public group on Facebook. I'm Lawrence Strand and I'm filling in as moderator for Mark Jamnik while he's traveling. Welcome to our newest member, Craig.
Hey, thank you. It's great to be here.
Great. The format for a 1-hour mastermind is the Carnegie Open, a round of gratitude. Everyone will get 7 minutes. Then we'll discuss our SMART goals and then have the Carnegie close. So let's begin with the words of Andrew Carnegie that he used to open his own in-home mastermind. I release myself to the mastermind because I am strong when I have others to help me. I believe the combined intelligence of the mastermind creates a wisdom far beyond my own. I understand that I will more easily create positive results in my life when I'm open looking at myself, my problems and opportunities from another's point of view. I decide to release my desire totally in trust to the mastermind, and I'm open to accepting new possibilities. I forgive myself for the mistakes I've made. I also forgive others who have hurt me in the past, so I can move into the future with a clean slate. I ask the mastermind to hear what I really want, my goals, my dreams, and my desires, and I hear my mastermind partners supporting me in my fulfillment. I accept. I know, relax, and accept, believing in the working power of the mastermind will respond to my every need. I'm grateful knowing this is so. So we start with a round of gratitude. So each mastermind partner expresses one thing for which she or he is grateful. So why don't we start with Ben?
I am grateful for the good energy of the dog energy that is sitting near me.
Wonderful. Craig, how about you?
Well, first of all, I'm amazed that I had no idea what this was going to be like, so I'm already amazed at how it's begun. I'm grateful to be a part of this, and I'm really looking forward to, where this can take us. Very grateful to be here. Thank you.
That's a blessing. Wonderful. It's great to have you here. And Michelle?
I'm grateful for that it's not raining right now, but I'm grateful that it did.
Good. Bring on the green. Bring on the good feeling. So wonderful. And I'm thankful for people who have the courage to reach out and seek support even when they feel embarrassed. It allows me to share in their circumstances, to listen, and to demonstrate support. So now we'll move into the everyone gets 7 minutes. And what we're going to do is you're going to say yes or no to last week's SMART goal. Craig, you don't have to say yes or no, but then we can ask a specific question of the group. So let me get my timer ready. And Ben, would you please start with your 7 minutes?
Thank you. So I had more than one SMART goal, and yes and no. We are not going to have the poster ready by. We are not going to have the poster ready, and yet the poster is coming along. And in terms of my question for the group, we had, as an announcement to the group, yesterday we heard from Earth University that while they want to maintain an open door with us and are open to doing things with us in the future, they won't be participating in our Peace Day celebration. And so we have this, similar to how we're doing the Google Hangout now. Last year on Peace Day, we did a 1-hour Google Hangout across 8 different locations with people celebrating peace. Earlier this year, this mastermind group talked about focusing on college campuses. And so right now we have students on 2 college campuses that are excited to be interconnected with this Google Hangout, UNCA and Florida Institute of Technology. And I'm currently in conversation with students at a university in the Netherlands, as well as students at Drexel University. But my question to the group is, does focusing on interconnectedness of universities still feel like the appropriate path for locations for Google Hangout like this on Peace Day?
So how can the group focus on universities and colleges being appropriate, or are there other, Ben, are you asking, are there other opportunities we can have to bring people to the Hangout?
Yes, like last year we had, for instance, peace expert Rhonda Del Baccio, who is a woman and entrepreneur who is legally blind, and she does 2 things with her life. She promotes peace, and she promotes people getting books written. And so having a peace expert like her could be one of the 9 locations, because with this Google Hangout technology, we can interconnect with people in up to 9 locations. Earlier in the year, we had talked about wanting to make it focused on campuses of students, and checking in with the group in terms of right now we're 1 month away from Peace Day, and we've got 2 campuses.
So how might we able, Michelle, you key into this really well, and you've done really well with UNC at Asheville. Are there other ways that we could reach out or get other students excited quickly? Because we do have slots to fill. I've got the list, and we've got Ori Bengal, and we have your family member, and we've got some students. That's sort of where we're at. Where else can we connect? Anyone? Any ideas?
Right, and all of those people presently would either be at Florida Institute of Technology and or UNCA, which might be enough. We can do an hour. We can do an hour of entertainment and broadcast from 2 locations. These are simply choices that we'll either make or will get made for us as time evaporates.
Do we know of any politicians that are actively seeking peace?
That's a great question. I love Bernie Sanders occasionally has nods towards peace. Perhaps we could reach out to Bernie Sanders. Love the idea of finding politicians that are promoting peace.
Courtney Wright here locally is very involved with the arts and things like that.
Okay.
What about the mayor of Asheville? Has she tuned into Peace Day? Is there a way that she could declare, International Peace Day in Asheville? Is that possible?
Last year, the mayor recognized Veterans for Peace, and presently, I think that we have too little time to go through the appropriate channels of approval in order to get the mayor involved. But that if the mayor of Asheville were involved, I imagine that we would invite her to speak from UNCA. In terms of having up to 9 locations, it would mean reaching out beyond Asheville.
What if we let some of the students know that are participating, or just through our social media channels, and just let them ask and say, hey, we have a few more openings, and do you have people that are very interested in peace? You're asking the right question, Ben. I almost want to broadcast it out over Facebook, or a way to connect to other students and say, who do you know? Would you like me to reach out?
I love that idea. I'd love you to reach out. And maybe Michelle, do you think it would be appropriate to ask James Whalen if we might send a broadcast message to UNCA students in some way to see if UNCA students might have students at other college campuses or something?
I don't know if it would be appropriate through James Whalen, but I think from a standpoint of another group, like another student group, the one that did the Mindfulness Fest, or one of those other student groups that already, for like Halal, or one of those student groups that can put an email out to everybody.
Cool.
Now
So
we
I
did
guess-
do. Oh, sorry.
No, go for it.
We did do a couple little shout-outs from the Peace Day Asheville website, and I know that you boosted a post, and I boosted a post on finding speakers. I looked at the stats on the back of the page, and it says that we had a lot more interest Monday when I did do that, but I don't see a whole ton of anything coming back other than those hits. So that might just be something that we need to let ride a little while, or focus on a different angle.
Right. I messaged some of the people that clicked like on that post and did not hear back from them. Now, it's also true on Facebook. If you message somebody that you're not a friend to, it goes into their other message folder that most people don't know to check. So it is.
Well, we're at our 7 minutes, Ben. Is
Thank
that wonderful? So we'll go with those ideas, and if we have any other ideas for bringing more people to that Google Hangout, Ben's reiterating the right thing, which is we have 9 slots, so let's get as many people participating as possible. So Craig, let's move on to your 7 minutes, and this is an opportunity to ask the question you'd like of the group, and there may be for you questions, so take it away.
Well, thank you. I've been jotting things down all day about this, and to me it might not be one question, it might be a bunch of questions, if that's okay.
7 minutes, that's what we've got. We'll support you all the way through.
Okay, great. First of all, to me, what are we doing to raise awareness of Peace Day here in Asheville? And some things that I jotted down was, what about a joint, and that's another question. How many peace groups are actually involved in Peace Day at UNCA so far? And would they be interested in doing a joint ad in like Mountain Express, where we can, get the word out to the greater community? That's one thing I was thinking about. Anybody want to comment on that?
I think it sounds like a great idea.
How many groups are involved, and who are they actually? I mean, again, I'm coming from the dark here.
Sure, Ben, would you want to answer that?
There, aside from the peace education program, Craig, that you're involved with, there is no other specific peace organization that is officially connected yet with the UNC Asheville Peace Day event.
Okay. I was at the farmers market on Saturday up in UNCA, and I asked if we could have a booth there, which would be the day before Peace Day, just letting people know about what's happening on the campus, and they welcomed us. So just wanted to mention that. Excuse me. Let's see. Another question I have is, do we actually have a website for Peace Day?
Nope.
We have a Google site that we've put some of our peace pledges up on, as well as some of our masterminds. So we've got some information, but we have not driven a lot of content currently there, but we certainly can add, Craig, as quickly as others say it should go up.
Okay. For us, by the way, who I'm representing isn't Peace Education Program, although we have a Peace Education Program. It's called Peace is Possible in North Carolina. We're going to have a booth at Organic Fest, and one of the things we will have is, in fact, we're going to have a Peace Day event at Handmade in America. We're going to have flyers there, but we could also have a flyer promoting UNCA if that's agreeable to everyone.
That sounds wonderful. What do we need to do to help you with that?
I just need the details to put on the flyer. We'll have a flyer. It'll be two-sided. One will be promoting UNCA. One will be promoting the event we're having at Handmade in America.
Okay.
So I just need to know times, what's happening, and location.
Okay. As far as I know, it's going to run from 1 till about 6 on the UNCA campus, mainly focused on the quad. There's going to be a couple other little events, like possibly a garden walk. I need to get in touch with Alex. I've been playing message tag with him for days now. We've just both been in the middle of getting classes started. So I will get in touch with him and find out if they've nailed down the itinerary.
Now, Michelle, would you be able to add some of the wonderful images that you've put together that you from the logo and the other items? Because Greg, Michelle is the one who's done the wonderful artistry work for the postcards we've done thus far, and I'm sure that we'd have things for a flyer. Would that be something you could do, Michelle?
Mm-hmm. Ben, you said that the posters are not going to happen. What does that mean?
Not by the 21st, as previous. We had a goal previously of having the design of the design that Pia had made up for a poster, that we had hoped to have those posters printed by the 21st. So what I mean is that we're still gathering logos for that design. Alex has been working with Pia. Pia created the image that I put up in the Peace Day Asheville Facebook page that will be going in the Asheville flyer for kids, and that focused specifically on the kids' activities that will be happening on UNCA's campus in the main quad from 1 to 4 p.m.
Okay. So would we need to do a back for the flyer for the Organic Fest booth? Would it be better if we just put together a totally different one?
I'm open.
Okay.
So again, I go back to one question: who are other peace groups in Asheville, and how can we connect with them and invite them to the event at UNCA?
I would still like to get in touch with Veterans for Peace. Well, we've gotten in touch with them, but we haven't had a formal sit-down. I would like to do that. They seem open to that kind of thing.
I'm a veteran, by the way, so and I actually know the president, so I could, if you'd like me to. Although if you want to do it, that's fine.
Oh no, we talked about that, didn't we? That would be great. If you want to get in touch with Ron, that would be wonderful.
Greg, did you have some other organizations that you knew of that you would suggest to the group that you think would be great to be contacted? Because clearly you have some wonderful things mapped out.
Actually, I don't. Sorry to say. No, that's why I'm asking the question. I wouldn't know. I don't know who they are, where they are, what their names are, but other than Veterans for Peace.
Okay.
So,
any other brainstorms then, Ben or Michelle? You know the area better than I.
Last year, I reached out to every group in Asheville that had peace in their name and invited them to speak or participate at the Asheville Art Museum. There was one group or one person that said yes. From that, a woman who is one of the speakers who teaches a curriculum of peace. And I reached out to her a few months ago and have not heard back from her. Last year with Veterans for Peace asked that I get the mayor to acknowledge them, and I got the mayor to acknowledge them and to fill out the have a suitable for framing parchment thing signed by the mayor, and then there was nobody from Veterans for Peace to accept it during the Peace Day celebration. So I certainly am open and welcoming to Veterans for Peace, as any other group with peace here or abroad. And I don't have good skills, apparently, in inviting folks in a way that inspires them to say yes.
Well, you're connecting, Ben, and that's the important thing. So I look up to that type of openness, right, and encouragement. We can't bring everyone. They have to choose also within themselves to connect with the idea and want to take action. Greg, we have a little more time because there are 4 of us. Do you want to chat a little further, or what would you like to do?
I'll listen. How's that?
Okay.
Listen and learn.
Wonderful. Well, then we'll go on to Michelle with your 7 minutes. So what would you like? What is yes or no on your last week's SMART goal, and then a question for the group?
I would say yes, because I was going to email the proposal for Pieces for Peace, and I got that pulled together, and but it's become more of a smaller section of the whole UNC Asheville event. So I will be specifically in charge of that community art project and the support for everything else too, and help Alex get that prepared and get it pushed through the political scene at UNC so that it's done properly. And then my other one was to find some speakers. So my son is willing to do it as a representative of young teens. And my husband said that he would do it too if we need somebody to step in. I would still like to try to find some more. One of the other things that I wanted to do, and I don't remember if I specifically stated it, but to get in touch with other groups, like Craig was saying. And I have gotten in touch with a local artist who's doing Fashion for Peace. And so he'll be doing an event, not with us, but concurrently, downtown. So he'll be doing sort of a fashion show with the focus on peace and Peace Day. So that's another group that we can possibly get in touch with. I'm not really sure what we can do with them other than cross-promote. Let's see. You had asked me to get in touch with the MC, and I've sent him an email, Warren. So hopefully we will get in touch very soon with our MC for our event so that the communication can be more clear.
Wonderful. That'll be really helpful. And I don't know if there are any options for opportunities with Vibrant Asheville, with the other businesses, while not specifically peace groups, people that have peace at heart as well as their businesses. Would they be interested, or would there be a way to work with Alan as the head of that group to be able to spread the word?
I asked him that as well in the email. Ben and I have already spoken with him. I know that Ben's talked to him a lot more, and we are going to be at the next Vibrant Business National meeting. But I'm not sure how much time, and it's going to be a loud location. It's Wild Wings. So there's like 50 TV screens and a lot of people. So I don't know if unless we have a microphone, how we can, get everybody's attention for 5 minutes to talk about this. But we'll definitely be there passing out more of our pledge cards and things like that. My biggest hurdle right now is the supplies to print. So if I need to get more ink cartridges and cardstock and get those printed out, because I'm doing like 100 at a time right now.
Do you need some donations to help help with the materials?
We do have a gentleman's promise of the money towards that. I'm not entirely sure how to get my hands on it, but hopefully I can go, get some of that to help too.
Great. Well, let us know to make sure so that you're all set, and we appreciate it, because spreading the word must be working, because I've been adding some peace pledges to the Trello website as names of people I don't know have been popping up and making some peace pledges, which has been wonderful.
That's really cool. I know that Alex has been getting quite a few into the UNCA office too. So.
Wonderful, Craig. This is an offshoot of the site where They've handed out some wonderful postcards at events, and it's encouraged people to make a pledge for peace, to get them thinking about inner peace, peace with nature, and peace among people. And what's fun is they go to the site, and then they can click on a link and go to a form and fill it out and decide, share their pledge, and decide to say if they want to say, hey, list it on the site. So we've got a little site. It's not a big fantastic looking site, but what I'll do is after this I'll send you the links and you can take a look, and I'd encourage you and others to spread the word so we can see how other people are co-creating peace.
I will do that. So I was wondering, have you posted that on Facebook? Because I noticed a friend of mine had made a pledge, and I was wondering how he found out about it. He's a Facebooker, so I figured, have you posted it on Facebook?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right, so why don't we find that and re-like it? I should either like it or comment on it or get it to you, Craig, in a way. Ben, I'm sure Ben will have it pop up in front of us. He's very good at teaching me and keeping those things moving along so they're in our stream. So that'd be wonderful. And it'd be great if you'd be willing to share through your groups as well.
Absolutely.
Great. Michelle, other items. It sounds like you've been very productive and have carried a lot on your list, which is admirable, and we're very thankful. Are there things that we can talk more about? You still have some of your 7 minutes if you want to use it.
We're coming up on 1 month out. I'm going to change my avatar on social media to that peace logo, and I'm going to use your idea of putting either my face or something else that represents my personal peace thoughts in the middle of it. So what I can do is I'm going to change my avatar to that, and then I can also put the bear logo on my Facebook and send it to everybody if they want it, so that they can do the same thing. So that we can say, in awareness of Peace Day, share this image and raise awareness like that too, because people do it all the time for ridiculous reasons. Everybody changed their picture to a giraffe for no reason at all, just to spread it. So if we can do that, I think that we'd start having people say, what is this? Why is everybody doing this?
That's a great idea. I'd love to do that. I'm going to follow suit and put my face in there. And you're right, now is about the time to get those avatars up to having people say, hey, what's that, right? And being able to post and mention. So that's a great idea. So please post that up there and post it to our group and push it out. I'd appreciate that, and I bet you others would do the same.
Okay, I'm going to do that on the 21st, so it's more of an awareness for the number. But if we can even just get as many people as possible to do that leading up to that event, and maybe even a little beyond for me anyway, just to keep the awareness out there. But thank you. That would be awesome.
Wonderful.
I'll do it on the 21st as well. Lauren, since we've got a little bit of time, do you mind if I interject a story?
Please, Ben.
Thank you. Michelle, you brought up about how that fad of people changing their avatars to a giraffe, and one of there was a riddle that went out that was one of the primary impetuses for people changing their avatar to a giraffe. And so I don't know if we could do something similar, but I like studying what has helped things go viral in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you Google giraffe riddle, you'll find the riddle. But in essence, what the riddle was, people posted it on Facebook, and it said, here's a riddle, and I'm going to ask you for a wager. And if you send me an answer and you get it wrong, you're willing to change your avatar to a giraffe for 1 week. If you think that there is any foul play whatsoever, then you don't have to change your avatar to a giraffe.
Okay.
And so that was the impetus of people changing, or that was at least one of the key things that made it cross the tipping point of people changing their avatar to a giraffe, was this riddle that was good enough that when people answered it incorrectly and then was told what the answer was, they went, "Oh, you're right. Let me honor my debt and change my Facebook avatar to a giraffe for a week." It would be beautiful if we could come up with some sort of construct like that, where people were willing to, I don't know what kind of an exchange thing, but there was that exchange there of, it's like, here's a riddle. By answering it, you're wagering your avatar. So that was the giraffe popularity thing.
Well, we could equate it to a pledge.
Right?
And then it would make it easier to get to 921, and whoever does it, I don't know how we could track it. I don't know that much about the inner workings of Facebook, but if we could track how many times, well, I guess we could track how many times it's been shared. But use those as pledges too, or I don't know. Let's think about it a little bit more. But I like that. I like that engagement, because a lot of people will say, "Nah, I don't want to do that. It's too much work." But if we could, if they lost the bet, or for lack of better wording.
Right? Thank you for allowing me to share that, Lauren.
Wonderful. Well, we'll go on to my 7 minutes, and I have yes on the last week's SMART goal, and I was coordinating with setting up the Google Hangout and contacting Ori Bengal, who's an artist who would love to participate, which is great. And I reached out to Alan, the MC, and I have the schedule been going back and forth. I think you all have seen it. It's not uber exciting, but it's part of making sure technically that we can get the Hangout going with the participants and they're comfortable to participate. So, Craig, we're soliciting, as you can tell from this call, other people that may be interested in speaking for 2.5 minutes on one of the 3 pillars of peace, which we discussed earlier. So if you have any ideas or people that would want to participate in the Google Hangout, that would be something great as you're at Organic Fest and Made in America to spread the word, and you just have to point them my way, and we'll go ahead and put them in the schedule.
Wait, Lauren, I want to jump in there. This is an event that's happening at UNCA, and Alex wants to be able to have approval. And as an FYI, last year I had no qualms with there was no problems about getting people wanting to show up and speak about peace. When I made an announcement at Vibrant National Business, I had more people saying that they wanted to participate than we had room for. So I want to honor Alex's request of a constraint, that since it's at UNCA, that perhaps he and Michelle have some right of refusal or a selection process, and it's not simply anyone that wants to speak on peace. I don't know what the selection criteria should be, but I would like to honor Alex's request that he have some say on that lineup. Does that feel okay to you, Lauren?
Certainly. Thanks for that, Ben. I didn't realize that expectation was there. That's wonderful. I'm just thinking about trying to build people who are compelled to speak, and I think that's wonderful. So what we'll do, and you give me feedback, please, Mastermind. If there are other people who come forward who say they'd like to speak, I'll run it by Alex and Michelle and give them, say who it is and what they're speaking on, and get their feedback. And they have the rights of first refusal. I'm fine with that.
And is this, they're going to speak on campus, or they're speaking on a Google Hangout that's going to be on campus? I'm still not clear on.
So what we're going to do is we're going to have it's going to be emceed by Alan Rosenthal, who will be on campus. And we'll have a lot of the participants at the campus, Greg, but we'll also have people connecting from Florida Institute of Technology and possibly other places. So I'd say the hub is the UNC campus, but Google Hangouts can extend beyond just people on campus.
Got it.
If we imagine that we have 9 locations, and that each person is 3 minutes. That's 27 minutes or half an hour. Um, and so then at most we would have a half hour to fill. So at most that could be, from my perspective, at most that could be like 6 speakers or 7 speakers at UNCA, because there's always transition time, and with a live audience there's reaction, and Alan is going to open and close the event. I'm not sure saying exactly what or how. But there's somebody wearing an Alpha Sigma Phi shirt. I'm an Alpha Sig. Yeah, from UCLA. Pardon me, friends. Let me let you guys hang for a second.
All right, do a quick mute. So one of the other things that I'd love help with from the group is really coordinating the ability to fill those slots in a way that are very meaningful to the event. I don't have last year's, and we're still going to be chatting with Alan on how we'd like to run it. Michelle, did you have experience from last year on what worked or didn't work?
Because this is in the Berkeley chapter.
Is there any way for you to mute him?
If I mute him, I don't know if I can unmute him.
You're right. Okay.
I wasn't at the Peace Day event.
I'm helping to coordinate Peace Day on UNCA.
Okay. Right. I'm going to try muting here so we can keep going here. Okay, how's that?
Great.
And I don't think I can unmute. We'll see on there. So part of it is brainstorming as on the campus, and let's say we had half an hour of speakers, and then we had other opportunities. What would be happening that you think would be spreading the message of peace that would be interesting to people watching on the Hangout? Are there events around the stage? Are there people? I mean, it's not going to be open mic, but are there other things that you can think of, or is this something that you could ask Alex perhaps? Because where you all choose the setup of where their computers for the Hangout is sort of the moment of when people will connect from that location.
From what I understand, the actual Google Hangout will be inside an auditorium. So it will be away from the outdoor events.
Okay.
So that we have the quiet time around that. So other than, I suppose that we could set up a camera and record some of the other events that are going on. We are going to have like the sand mandala that I'm going to be in charge of, and then we've got some music and some poetry reading and a garden walk, and so there's going to be other things going on throughout that time frame. But as far as the Google Hangout's concerned, I was hoping actually to have everybody who's speaking somewhere quiet, but then possibly be able to have a large screen out on the quad so that everyone else can, well, like you're doing now, so that people can watch even if they can't participate.
Okay. All right. Let's work out. What would be helpful to me is working out some of those details as we're passing back and forth so that I can get a schedule. So that'll end up being my SMART goal. Okay. So thank you, group. Ben, I'm not sure if I muted you because we were having to work through things. I don't know. Can you unmute yourself or not? I don't have the unmute button. It's only punitive in here. Do you want to disconnect, reconnect, or just use hand signals? I'm sorry, that's all I can offer at the moment. So,
there we go.
Right. Well,
I am unmuted, I believe.
Yes, you are. Wonderful. Welcome back.
Thank you. I just learned that James Whalen and the undergraduate president of UNCA is a member of my fraternity.
Well, wonderful.
What was
those connections to good use?
Right. One thing that dawned on me is that, as Lauren, as you have reached out to your fraternity at Florida Institute of Technology, that perhaps we can use our fraternities or the Greek system. Perhaps we might get other schools involved by using our Greek allies.
That's a great idea. I will ask the members of Pi Kappa Alpha, and particularly Jonas, to spread the word and see what we can do. Wonderful. All right, well, we're at the part for our SMART goals. So this is stating what we'd like to do for our SMART goal for the next time we meet. So Ben, may we start with you, please, for your SMART goal?
To have posters printed by September 1st, at least one kind of poster. I imagine we're going to need more than one kind of poster. So my goal will be to have helped orchestrate the design of 2 posters and the printing of one. Specifically, the printing of the one that has the PIA design and logos and all of that jazz, and then the other design would be one that would be way less ink intensive, that might be better suited or better appropriate for the back of Craig's flyer and for other printing from home things.
Wonderful. That's great. That'll help spread the word, and wonderful, Ben. Thank you. Craig, this is the chance to choose a specific measurable action that's realistic and time-bound. Hence, we call it our SMART goal. And it's what you'd like to do for next meeting, which will be 2 weeks from now. And if you'd like to take one, the group would love that, and that's what we'll be able to help you with as we discuss next week.
I will be contacting Ron Hareda from Veterans for Peace and see if he'd like to participate in the UNCA Peace Day. And I'll also see if I can do some research and find out if there might be other groups. Just to help me, though, because I still don't have a vision of, I'm starting to see what's going to happen, but so we're going to meet in, there's going to be a place in the quad, and we'll actually be able to have a booth there or something, and other peace groups could have a booth there. Is that correct? And that'd be from like, pardon?
As far as I know.
My understanding from the conversation with Alex is that the folks with having booths at, for instance, like Pay It Forward Healers, would be an indoor space, so that the people with booths might not be out on the quad. The idea of what would be out on the quad presently are the kids' activities. That we might well be doing our Google Hangout from a room called Alumni Hall, and that the people with peace booths and peace activities and peace crafts for sale and everything peace might be in the Commons building, in the area, the downstairs area outside and surrounding Alumni Hall. So that it would be indoors, that people that with their peace booths and peace tables and peace activities would likely be indoors, that the kids' activities and obstacle course and large-scale games provided by H&A Productions, that those would be outside on the quad, and then from 1 to 4 the kids' activities would be on the quad, and then from 4 to 6 there would be perhaps a peace concert on the quad for so that there would be musicians on the quad performing on some sort of stage from 4 to 6.
Okay, great. And Alex apparently requested the license agreement so that they could show the Jeremy Gilley interview. I don't know what the progress has been on that, but I know that he requested it. Do you happen to know? Michelle?
No, I've been playing message tag with them for days.
Okay.
Thank
you. So anyway,
Craig.
I will be reaching out to Ron Hareda at Veterans to see if I can connect with some other peace groups.
Wonderful. Thank you, and again, welcome, and we're happy to have you involved. I mean, that is I'm very thankful for that. I know we're thankful for that.
Likewise. And not only am I excited about this Peace Day, but I'm looking forward to building on this Peace Day, going down through the next years, Peace Parade, things like that, really launching this thing.
Wonderful. That's certainly the vision, as we'd like every day to be Peace Day. So wonderful.
Absolutely.
Michelle, how about your SMART goal, please?
I'm going to work on the avatar thing. I'd really like to research a little more on how that type of thing goes viral. I'm going to look at the giraffe riddle so that I can see how to adapt that to what we're doing. I'd like to get together with you, Craig, if you don't mind, and talk more about this and maybe answer some questions that you have about what we're doing and how we can help you with what you're doing too. And then I'm going to try to get in touch with some politicians and see who is who's open to possibly speaking on the Hangout or being a part of it or supporting it or getting the word out. So those are my 3 goals. I'd like to get together with you, Craig, and I'm going to work on the avatar thing, and I'm going to contact politicians.
When and where? Let me know.
Okay, I'll email you as soon as we're done with this.
Great.
Wonderful. And my goal, I'll have 2 goals. One will be to continue the coordination, so by next week we have a stronger schedule that programs through the entire, hang on there, so through the entire time that we have the Google Hangout, so that we have a really good understanding, and that Alex and Michelle have looked at it and feel very good about who's speaking and what's happening during the Google Hangout time. And the other thing's going to be promote out to other college students, out to my fraternity, out to Greek associations, organizations that would like to get involved. So that will be mine. And I will also have my avatar up there for next time when we meet. So that'll be wonderful. So let me do the close here, and I want to genuinely thank our Mastermind partners for their participation. It means a lot. It's a blessing to promote peace as well as celebrate peace with everyone on September 21st. And we earnestly desire a world where peace is celebrated, not just one day, but every day. We'll close our meeting with the Carnegie Closing Covenant script. I now have a covenant in which it's agreed that the Mastermind shall supply me with an abundance of all things necessary to live a success-filled and happy life. I dedicate myself to be maximum service to God, to live in a manner that will set the highest example for others to follow, and to remain an open channel. I go forth with a spirit of enthusiasm, excitement, and expectancy. Thank you very much, everyone, and peace.
Peace.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lauren. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Craig.
Great job, everybody. Thank you.